All right, friends, today we're going to be making a landscape using AutoDraw. At the top, there's these three little buttons, and this is where you're going to choose your size of your paper for your artwork. I'm going to choose this horizontal paper because that is what's best for a landscape. If you wanted to use these other ones, you're more than welcome to, but I highly recommend this landscape mode. So, before you get started, you need to start thinking about what you want your landscape to look like. Are you making a landscape? Are you making a seascape? A cityscape? Anything at all, it is up to you, but you need to think about those colors and you need to think about what items you're going to add to your artwork or what drawings that is. So I think I'm going to make a desert landscape. I already have some sketches that I made in front of me, so that was kind of my pre-draw, and now I can come in and I know exactly what colors I want to use and exactly what I want to add. So I am first going to choose the color by clicking on this little circle down here. Choose the color, click on the arrows of what I want my ground to be. All right, if I'm making a desert, I want it to be sand, but maybe you are going to have green for the grass, maybe white for snow, maybe kind of like a grayish white for snow. That might even be a better color, but it's up to you. All right, so once I have that, I'm going to click on this fill button, this little paint bucket. This bucket will fill in the entire area. So I'm going to fill that in. Now, the next thing you need to do is you need to make sure that you add your horizon line. We have already talked about a horizon line and how important it is in a landscape. It's where the sky and the land is going to be divided. So to do that, the trick is to use this shape tool. I'm going to click on that. And at the very, very top, I'm going to choose the square or the rectangle button. Once I select that, I'm going to choose my color for my sky. Any color will do. We'll choose that one. And I will get started drawing my square. Now, I'll put my mouse or my finger, if you're using an iPad, way at the top and just drag it. Now, this is where you need to think about how big you want your sky to be. Do I want it to be not that important and just have a little bit of sky? Do I want the sky to be very important and to take up most of my artwork? It really just depends. You could have a landscape where the sky is the most important part and you have lots of things going on in your sky. That would be fine. All right, I'm going to put mine right there. That looks perfect. Once I select it, I'm going to go ahead and fill that in. Click on the paint bucket, fill, and now I have my picture plane. I have the sky and I have the ground. Now I'm ready to draw. Now there are two drawing tools, regular draw and auto draw. I want you to use the auto draw. You cannot use the regular draw feature because you can't color in what you're making. So if I wanted to make a cactus and come in, and even if I closed it all up, okay, there's my cactus. If I go to fill it in, oh man, it will not work. So I'm going to go down and hit the undo button. I'm going to hit it again, get rid of that, and I'm going to go back to auto draw. I want my cactus, all right? I'm going to just start off. I'm going to choose a color. That looks like a good color for my cactus, and I'm going to get started drawing. Cactus, cactus, ugh, not very good, but you know, let's see what the auto draw chose for me. Oh, it thinks it might have drawn a fork. Nope, not a fork, pitchfork. Oh, here we go. We got some cactuses. Okay, cool. Cacti, cactus, is that right? Cacti. We got a cactus right here. So choose whichever one you want. Obviously, you're not going to make cactuses like me. You might make something else, but I'm going to choose this cactus. I like this one the best. And I'm going to also fill it in. So I'm going to go ahead, take my button. I might fill it in a different color. If I filled it in the same color, oh, you do still kind of see those. Sometimes it takes away from those details and I wouldn't see those details, but I do want to use a different green. There we go. That looks good. All right. Once I have my cactus colored in, I can select it. This is the select tool and click on it. And I can move this anywhere that I like. Now listen, remember, if I go back to my PowerPoint, whenever you're making your landscape, these are the two things that you really have to focus on. You have to focus on whether your objects are overlapping or where are they on your landscape. So are they far away and are they small, or are they close to you and large? All right, so those are two different things that you kind of have to think about. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start from the back. You should always start from the back or what's really far away when you're working in AutoDraw. And the reason for that is if I go to make a second cactus here, let me go ahead and make that. Nope, doesn't think it's a cactus. Let me try again. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay, we got a cactus. Whenever you're making your cactus here, and because this is the second cactus that I made, if I go to drag this on top, look at that. It is overlapping that first cactus, and that's good. Now, remember, if you want a cactus up front, obviously it has to overlap everything that's behind it. So if I made this cactus large, and I wanted this one to be small, or, smaller, and I wanted it like back here, that's not going to work because look, this cactus is overlapping this one. So no, that's not going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and make this one the bigger one. All right. And I'll make this one the smaller one. Okay, we'll have a medium. So we have big, medium, and I'm going to go ahead and make another one. Nope, there we go, cactus. Okay, yeah, my cactus is not my forte this afternoon, this morning, wherever we're at. Okay, fill that in. Okay, and I could make these all the same color. I could make them all different. It's really up to you. Maybe this one will be super small and in the back. Whoops. And notice when I'm resizing things, I'm moving these little buttons. If you want to make a fat cactus, thin cactus, normal cactus, small. All right. When you're making your landscape, I need to see 3 different sizes. Just like when we were talking about value, I wanted to see light value, medium value, dark value. With your landscape, I want to see things really far away in the background. I want to see things kind of far away in the middle ground. And I want to see really big items in the foreground. And it's really up to you. If I wanted to have this cactus hanging off the edge, I could do that. So just play around with what you're adding. Add as many details as you can. And always, always, always think about how things are overlapping. All right. If I wanted to add some more middle ground cactuses, here's a fun tool or an easy tool if you're using a computer. If I select it and I hit Control-C on my computer, that means copy on your keyboard. Hold the Control button, hold the C button, and then if I hit the Control button and the letter V, like as in value, I can paste that. So I could even sit here and make a million cactuses. Now, if you're on an iPad, I'm not really sure how to copy things quickly and paste them. So you may not be able to use this feature, but I did want to kind of show that to everyone right now. Okay, now the last thing you're going to do is once you finish your artwork, which will probably be not today, probably next week, we'll have to see. When you're ready to share your artwork, there are 3 little lines at the top. Click on that, and there are 2 ways you can do this. Number 1 is to download it. If I clicked download, look at this. It pops up at the bottom. You can see it has saved my image as a image file in my downloads. And I could upload that straight to Artsonia. Super easy. You could also share it with your friends very easily. You can click on share, preparing to share, and you would just copy a link. Once you copy the link, says link copied, I can go ahead and paste that into Zoom and share it with Mrs. Blair, or share it with anybody through an email, social media, and they will get to see what you made. So you can kind of see my cactuses there and everything. So that's about it. I don't have any more to say. Your job is to get started and have an awesome, awesome time. Bye.